Estamos rolling y action.
Well, that was sexy. You want to roll your R's for me again, Poppy? Uh. So the question is, you hit the lottery for $150 million tomorrow. Are you staying in the relationship with the person that you're with today? If I had somebody, I don't know, man, because I just don't have the luck for me to be like, well, if she was like really positive person.
There exists a subgroup, the nice guy. A dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
Hey guys. If you didn't notice, I was just turned on by Jason. He rolled his R's and it did something
You
to
better
me.
believe it.
It did something to me.
Found something a little different, a little
I,
mysterious.
I feel a little Antonio Menderes right now.
Ooh, Papi.
Ooh,
Hi, Papi.
yes. So,
Always, you never know how this podcast is gonna start.
because
Once we lost the hey,
yeah, and now it's just random as
now it's just random.
shit.
Blame Joe.
So, hey guys, I'm not Joe, and that guy, where are you?
I don't know anymore. I think I I think I'm to the right now. I'm to the right. So
Right.
however,
So,
where am I
not
right
this
now?
guy. You're above me.
I'm above you. No, see, no. Because when you did this, you used to whatever.
Okay, so I'm not Joe, and the other guy that's not this guy is also not Joe. That's Jason, and I'm Manny. And hey guys, I know you missed us, and we came back and we decided to do something special because um we I think I hit a nerve, and I love my mom. Mom, I love you. You know this. I love you with all my heart.
Uh,
And I think she got tired of us stealing her posts. Um, so she gave us one. And she literally said, "This should be your next one. Stop stealing." So um we decided to call it the Momma-Manny Chronicles.
mhm.
We should probably call the other two that, but it's already over with. We're not
It's
gonna
already
do it
over.
anymore.
I'm not renaming them at all.
But whatever.
So welcome to the brand new, never before seen Momma-Manny Chronicles.
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Today's
Um,
topic is
the lottery.
as we continue to avoid our 100th episode, because we don't know what we're doing, where we're doing it, how we're doing it. It's funny because this man right here, he's going out of town
Again.
again in like I don't know, 2, 3 weeks, and then Joe is going out of town and is around the same time, and I'm kind of caught in between. Should I go and follow this man to his destination or follow Joe to his destination? Because whoever I go with is technically I'm going to be doing live podcasts with. So it's really funny. Can't get them on the same page yet. But eventually we're gonna get it because I am committed to having our 100th episode be in person in a conference room with the three of us together. And until
But
that
you
happens,
you and I can get together a lot easier than we can get this other guy in there.
correct. And but then I can get together with him, but in a different state. And I can't with you because you're kind of locked down. So
Yeah.
it's really hard. But it is true. You and I are local, so me and you getting together. Well, what we could do, the backup plan is we go to a conference center and then we put him on the big screen. Like he'll zoom in and he'll be on a big screen above us with a
And
main camera.
I was thinking like, can we do one of those robot specials where he's just like He's got the big iPad, and the robot just kind of follows us
That
around.
would be listen, I would rent that. I would do that. I would rent that if that was something I could rent or find. Absolutely. Put that bad boy on a tablet and he goes, "Hey," and he rolls around. That'd be great. All right, so the lottery special. Take it away, Daddy.
Okay, so see, you're learning. Um, so, so the one that Mama Man Man gave me. Oh, my phone is about to fall down. Sorry,
I know
guys.
that's right.
I'm reading this off my phone.
Read it, dog.
Um, so the question is, you hit the lottery for $150 million tomorrow. Are you staying in the relationship with the person that you're with today?
Today. Oh, wait, wrong podcast.
Today.
Today. I'll have you answer this first because I have additional questions.
I have a lot of questions too.
Okay. You answer it, then I answer it, then read the comments.
Okay. So I'm not with anybody today. So I would say no. Because that's easy. That's just an easy question.
That's too easy.
However,
Eve.
if I
Eve.
was,
I snap my
it
fingers. You
I snap my fingers,
you
you
will
would forget
forget
you were
you're
ever
never
gay.
gay.
But I'm not gay, exactly. Um,
You're welcome.
so if I had somebody, um, I don't know, man, because I just don't have the luck
Uh-huh.
for me to be like, well, if she was like really positive person, and she was such a great person, and she just sparkles my day,
Okay, well, how about
sprinkles it
this?
with
How about this?
kindness.
You can
If it was a guy,
consider
yeah, well, let me
that
see.
too. If it was me, you'd stay with me. But no, no. Think about your. I mean, you don't really have much of a dating history per se, but think of your air quotes romantic or whatever experiences in totality with women. You know what what you've attracted. And let's say you get something along the lines of like the summary of most of your women, and that's who you're with. Would you stay?
No.
Yeah,
You just summarized a summary. No,
yeah.
I'm
Because that.
happy taking that 150 mil. I mean, in my photo, if
Mhm.
for everybody that's watching,
Yeah.
see how he's smiling here, and then over here he's looking like he's hatching a plan silently by himself. That would be
Thinking of
me.
a master plan.
Yeah, that would be me. I'd be like, quickest way to throw the
But
curve
you
without.
say that, and again, of course, if you guys are watching, but if you look at it, both pictures are the same. Both pictures are smiling with teeth, and the second picture is them smirking. They both have a plan.
Yeah, yeah. It might
He's
look like
like,
she's like, I get to divorce now.
exactly, like he's
I'm
saying,
gonna divorce and
he's
take
like,
half of this.
I'm gonna dip out on this chicken and screw her, but she's like, oh, I'm about to divorce you and get half of this and
Yeah.
alimony.
You know what's even funnier? She's probably thinking about like divorce and alimony and all that stuff, and he's probably like, how many hookers can I get this weekend? Something
Thank God she
stupid.
signed that prenup. Uh, Yeah. Cause he no, she has a shit-eating grin, but he has a sinister grin. He does.
Hmm.
And so it's true. It's true. For me to answer the question, same thing. Again, I'm not with anybody, and I haven't dated in 3.5 years or more. Even a little bit, thank God. But when I do an amalgamation, a summary, equals sum, that's a spreadsheet thing for Excel, equals
PEMDAS.
sum, huh?
PEMDAS.
What the hell is PEMDAS?
The order of operations.
Oh,
PEMDAS.
okay. Oh, I didn't know that was what
Yeah.
it's called. But
Yeah.
when I look at my history, with women, I'd be like, yeah, more than likely, yeah, I'd be dipping out. I'd say, yeah, I'm good. I'm out. You know, I don't. But the thing is, though, is that I don't know if I don't know why I would need to win the lotto to dip out. I guess I don't know if it's because we're married or something like that. Because if I'm ready to dip out, I would find any excuse to dip out. I wouldn't use the lotto. So what I'm saying, when they
Well,
ask you to,
because marriage divorce is costly, so
okay, oh, so you're
there
talking about
could be.
marriage.
Well, I'm just saying, if when it comes to marriage, it's expensive, so it's
It sounds more like you're financially stuck with the person and you can't
right.
afford your lifestyle without them. And that's what it more like sounds like.
Well,
And I
because
don't think
the
I'd
way
ever,
that the way
yeah.
that the system is rigged, it's definitely to screw over the guy, which is
No, yes,
horrible.
yes. But what I'm saying is it says your scenario says that you win the money and now you're dipping out. It
Well,
screams that
it's
you would have
asking.
right, right. If you dip out. But if money is the factor about whether you choose to stay with somebody or not to start a brand new life together, it sounds like there's a financial incentive to stick around, or that there was.
Speaking of, I just read this
Okay.
and I took a screenshot of it actually,
Okay.
and I will read it. I'll read it to you in 1 second.
Read it to me.
It says studies show that there's a new terminology called hobosexuals.
What?
Hobosexuals. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Hobosexuals. Hobosexuals. Can I Google this term? Hobosexuals?
What's wrong with it?
Ho
Hobosexuals, not homo,
Yeah,
hobo.
I got it. No hobo. Hobo. No, that's not working. A hobo
It's not fun.
it's these podcasts that will ruin my search. If anybody looks at my search, they wonder. Hobosexual is in a term often derogatory, used to describe someone, typically a man, who seeks out and manipulates individuals for the purpose of gaining a place to live, often by deception and intimacy. It is a form of social predation where someone uses lies and manipulation to exploit another person's generosity and living situation. Wow.
Right.
I've
And
I've I've but then what's the term? What's the term? Because conversely, what's the term of a woman who does the same thing just to get free meals from men? So she'd eat. What
there's
is
no
that
term
just
for that.
that's just
And
dating?
I'm pretty sure this term was actually created by women.
Oh, absolutely.
Of
Absolutely.
course. Because you
But
saw how when you read the description, it
yes.
said mainly men.
Yes, mainly men, but that's what I'm saying though. A homosexual, I get that. But again, it's describing somebody who's manipulating individuals to gain a place to live. What is the term for women that manipulate men just so they can be taken out and wined and dined and eaten well, not eat, to eat, not eaten. Well, maybe eaten too, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the term for that? And the term would be what? Dating? Like that's not fair.
It's more positive.
That's not fair because there are women who do this. They manipulate and they use intimacy or not even use intimacy, just the titillation of intimacy, just to dangling it to get guys to take them out, spend money on them with no intention and it's manipulation.
Hmm.
And so what do we call that? And what we call that dating, and that's kind of upsetting in a way. But that's interesting. And that would actually be a great topic for another episode that I don't want
Hmm.
to absorb eating. I'm hungry. But yeah, so back to the question at hand. So there was this video that I had seen, right? And it was basically a guy interviewing. He said, if you won the lotto, no, if you won some X number of millions of dollars, would you keep it all or or give it to your would you keep it all or would you share it with your man? Pretty much that's the scenario. And
Here's the thing about winning the lottery though, is
yeah,
that they make it such a public affair
correct.
that it's hard. Like if I'm winning the lottery, especially if I'm winning that this much amount of money,
Uh,
I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not telling a damn soul. I'm not telling anybody. I don't want anybody knowing about it
yeah, but it's
because
public.
I
You
know,
can't,
and
yeah.
that's the problem. Like that. That's why I.
Well, it's not about your privacy. It's not even about disclosing that. It's that when somebody wins, you want to blast it out there because usually who wins isn't every man, a typical looking person. So then other people see it and then tickets spike because they're like, oh, if he could
If
win,
they can do it, I can do
yeah,
it.
I could do it. That's
Yeah.
really what all it's for. It's a marketing ploy. It's not even because we want you to be exposed. No, we want you to see that this random Joe Schmo, this blue collar worker, this lower class, whatever they look like, can win. You can too. Now
Yeah.
play. Um,
I would never. I would.
right.
And I'm already a private person as it is, so I'm just like, if I won something like that, my number one question is, do I have to divulge who I am?
Well, I mean,
If
you could, but if it happened to me, if I won that kind of money and I didn't want to be known like that, fine, this will happen. But guess what? I'm gone. I've officially moved, possibly to not even maybe not even to another maybe to another state, possibly to another country. I've left the area, so I won, but I'm not accessible. You don't. The dumbest thing you can do is win the lotto, that kind of money, and stay exactly where you are, and
oh,
just
of
just and just
course,
and just better your situation where you are.
yeah.
That's a terrible idea. Terrible.
Well,
You get up, you pick
that's
up,
what
and
I
you
mean.
move.
Like, And that'd be the other two. The other issue too is like if you're trying to do something local and you're all of a sudden you're like you just bought a brand new house. How'd you do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I fixed my credit. Oh, you went from driving a fucking what are we in? We're in 2025.
Hmm.
So let's just say, oh, you went from driving a 2020 Honda, whatever the hell,
That's still
you got a
pretty.
Tesla now.
You mean a 1997 Toyota Tercel?
Yeah, to a 1997 Toyota Tercel. Now you're driving a brand new Tesla. How'd that happen?
Yep.
Oh, I won
What
this
had
contest.
I had some really, really, really good stock tips,
Yeah, I
Also,
won this con.
I can't tell
I,
you what they
won-
are anymore because ChatGPT stopped telling me.
I
Um,
won this contest called the lottery.
yeah, but the smartest thing to do is get up and leave. You know what I'm saying? Get up and leave. I'm not
hmm
saying don't help people or whatever, but me personally, I'm not saying I would do it. It depends upon where I am. Maybe right now, yes, absolutely. Right now, if I was to win the lotto, I'm gone immediately. I'm talking about changing my cell phone number. I'm talking about um locking down certain things. I'd keep my social media for my studio stuff, but that's it. I'd be gone. I wouldn't be reachable, physically reachable, kind of a thing. That's
I
what
would
I would
change
do.
my name.
I wouldn't. I don't think I need to go that far.
I would. I
Yeah,
got too many people looking for me.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got pros in every different area code. But back to the video. So
ops. They're
the
called
video
ops.
was there are ops. The video basically went it approached women and it said if you um got won the lottery, would you keep all the money or would you give it to your man, right? Or would you share with your man or give it to your man, right? And all the young
Uh,
women, all the young women said, I keep it for
they keep it.
myself.
Yep.
The older women said they'd give it to their man because they know their man would take care of us and invest it. The
hmm
older ones, I'm talking when I say older, I'm talking about they had to be in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah, the older generation. Yeah.
The older
Yeah.
generation would say because would say it. I know I'd give it to my man. He'd know what to do with it. He'd make sure we're taken care of and we're fine, basically. And then the men, no matter what young or old, said they would share it with their lady. That was it. It was I think it was if I can remember right, it was three sets of young women, two sets of old women, and I think four sets of men, right? And that was it. That's how they responded on the spot. You know, it's one of those people that just, you're on the street and just say, hey, ask you a random question while you're on camera. That's what it was. And I thought that was telling. It was very, very, very telling. I was like, wow, that's kind of shitty, but I'm not saying that most women are selfish or at least self-centered or self-absorbed, but most women are self-centered, selfish, and self-absorbed. It's about,
Today's generation, most definitely.
definitely, definitely.
It's a sad thing to say and a sad state of affair, but I
Yeah.
see this hands down. Um, like just like the video, all the younger women in today's society would keep it to themselves and leave their man
Yeah.
because now they can afford doing so much more stuff that if their man is like a 5 or 6 or 7 to
Hmm.
them, now they can go for the 10.
Of course.
They can
Of
go for
course.
the now I've got all this money, now I can make myself pretty. I want the attention of that guy.
Well,
And that's
because
all it is.
we can say that most women get with men for the perceived security. And when you consider what security means, it means financial security. So when you can do for yourself, then whoever you air quotes settled for, you can just up and disappear now. See what I'm
hmm
saying? Men don't get with women for any other reason than you're attractive, and you might be, nice and supportive. So that's why us getting money probably wouldn't make us up and dip out on you because we never got with you for money. We got with you for the emotional support, the whatever femininity, whatever. That's the
It's
difference.
it's just like in that whatever podcast, how men date um the fry flipping or the
Correct,
burger
correct.
flipping fry or whatever.
That guys date
That guys would
down.
do that and
Yeah,
women
guys
would
will
never
date
do
down.
that.
Yeah, guys can always date down. A millionaire can definitely get with the hottest McDonald's worker ever, but a woman would never, who's above that, making whatever money, would never date a McDonald's worker. Would never, because it's status for them. It's absolutely right. It's the truth though. Men date down and women date up, both in age and that's the reason why women date older men because older men typically have more security, and that's the whole
hmm
concept of it. And those same older women who date, and it's funny, there was a video about that too, that these same younger women that date older men for the security, then when they get older, put down the older men for dating younger. You hear this? Have you heard this hypocrisy? The young women
I
date
believe it.
the young women date older for the perceived security, right? And as they age and they become the age of the age of the men they were dating, they then criticize those men of their age for dating younger.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because now you're older and now you have to think about, but that's what you were doing when you were younger.
Because
It's
when you're
the
younger, there's nowhere for you to go.
yeah,
Or, I'm sorry, when you're older. Sorry.
yeah,
Because I'm sorry,
hypocrisy,
as
hypocrisy.
our esteemed Lord and Savior Kevin Samuel says,
RIP. God, too
R.I.P.
soon, man. I don't know. I still don't. Anyway, wrong podcast.
I think somebody did it. But anyway,
Yeah, wrong podcast. But I still can't see how that happened.
I
I
th
can't. Out of
he
nowhere.
said that the value of women falls the older
The
that they
sexual
get.
market value. Yep. SMV.
It falls the older that they get.
Yep. Yeah. And of course, we would take offense to that because, oh, what are you trying to say? That I'm valued only based upon my looks? No, but
That is a
as
very
men,
big part of it, though.
yeah, it's primarily that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Because men, what are men attracted to
Yeah,
initially? We're physically attracted to
we're
people. We're
physical. Yep.
not, we're physical beings. So if your looks go bye-bye, I guess where our interest goes. If
Exactly.
because all you have left after that is giving peace to your man and whatever you can provide for your man at that point. Your
Because I can
looks
tell
are
you,
not doing it
because I
anymore.
can tell you right now, and this is not me being chauvinistic. I'm being honest. If I was married, right, or if I ever got married, God forbid, and I got with my woman and she was banging hot, and then she eventually let herself go, I have no qualms and no hang-ups to one day say, listen, I'm pretty much, I think I'm done. You no longer look or resemble the women that I dated. I know people age, but you clearly you're not taking care of yourself. And don't get me wrong, I'll make sure that I'm getting it tight, getting it right. I'm not gonna be a big slob saying this. But if I've lost the attraction to you, that whatever attraction to me is now gone, you know, substantially, I can see myself saying, yeah, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore because you're not who you were, and you're not even trying. That it sounds bad, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that because the same thing is reverse. If you met me and I was making, I don't know, 70, 80K, right? And then all of a sudden I'm not making that anymore, and you're not happy. You want to dip out because I don't provide financial security anymore, and you need to find something else. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That actually is grounds for a divorce more so than if a man said, "Listen, I'm not attracted to you anymore. Let's get divorced."
Hmm.
That'll be shunned upon in society. I look to you for attractive, you look to me for financial security. If I'm not holding up my end of the bargain and you can dip out on me and find somebody else, why is it that what I've seen you for, I can't just say, listen? And of course, I'm not saying one day I wake up, oh, you're ugly. Let's do whatever. But I would say, hey, listen, babe, let's lose some weight. Let's eat a little healthier. Let's kind of get on the thing. You work with them, but if they honestly just gave them and say, no, this is me, love all of this, ugh, I'll be like, all right, well, no, I'm good. I'd rather be, single than in a relationship that where I'm not attracted to my. But it's not just about looks; it's about connection. Yeah, and it's possible that the connection and the chemistry can keep you there beyond them letting themselves go. It's possible, but highly unlikely. That's just a man deluding himself and just saying it's cheaper to keep her. You know. Again, I'm not jaded. I'm just being perfectly honest with you. Don't worry about it, ladies. I'm never getting married, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But
I wouldn't suggest it anyway. So
what do you mean? Oh, getting
getting
married?
married, yeah, no,
Aw,
no,
I can't wait to be the best man at your next wedding.
no. I
Okay,
mean,
sorry, I can't wait to be a groomsman
it,
at your next wedding. Shit,
I,
maybe I didn't get to
it's
do that.
okay. You're lowering your standards. It's not. There's not going to be another wedding. Like I would rather walk away from a situation than hear somebody say, "Let's get married."
Damn.
No, we could be together for 10 fucking years. If I've said since day one marriage is off the table,
Mhm.
and you're gonna come at me 5, 10 years later, we need to get married, I walk
That's
away.
okay, but yeah, but that's the way it works. Women will
Of course,
agree to something at the moment for and think they're okay with it, and A, either
but
it
that
changes in
this
the future, or B, they're biding their time saying, you know what, he's
I
eventually gonna
could
gonna
change
change his
him.
mind. He's gonna
I could
change his
change
mind.
him.
He's gonna change his mind because I'm a
But
good
see,
woman. He's gonna want to marry me.
but it goes back to what you just said. Um, I said something in the beginning, and I've maintained that, and you want to change that.
Hmm.
I was never willing to work with that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that. It's happened to me back when I used to date. I think I mentioned this before. I always made sure that I had the conversation on the first date. It's a little intense, and in some people, but I would figure out how to organically bring it up and be like, listen, what's really important to me in relationships is communication and intimacy. If there's any and understanding, excuse me, you got to be understanding, which means you're not aggressive, you're not argumentative, you're understanding.
You make daddy a sandwich.
Right. Intimacy, meaning, you have no hangups about PDA, about sex, about any of that stuff, or no arbitrary rules. And communication, you're going to talk to me, good times, bad times. I don't have to be a mind reader. And I'd always make sure that these three topics were brought up in my first dates in the past because I said that's it. Because I want you to know. Because it has happened where they've gone further or gone into maybe a little mini relationship or gone into a few dates where they did not fulfill one of these three things. And I said, listen, I'm out. And they're like, well, I said, no, didn't I tell you? Usually it was the communication part is usually what ruined it. But I said, I told you this was important to me in the beginning. You said you understood. You actually, most of the times, you agreed that it was important too, and you didn't follow through. And I'm just like, what am I doing? So that's why when I win the lottery, I'm out. Peace out. We got to get out of there. That's just how it is. But back to the lotto thing. Again, I would probably dip out. I think there are comments. I think Manny says there are comments, but as he's being all shy on camera, I'll continue talking. Certain comments, such as uh, I'm out for the hell of it. I would give my I'd break my wife off a piece and say, please just divorce me and leave me. Small piece, small piece. But I double down when I say that men would more than likely stick around unless they're absolutely miserable or there was some kind of financial reason that kept them stuck with the woman. Women would probably say, you know what, I found a different whatever, and that's it. I'm out. I want to start a new life. I want hot girl summer. What was it? Hot girl summer? Was that what Kevin Samuels used to say? You're muted. I can't hear what you say. You are
My
you
bad.
muted on purpose? Okay, I was gonna say, are you muted on purpose or okay? So, what are the comments? Give us the comments. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done rambling. You said there was comments
Um,
under that post
yeah.
before we wrap it up.
Oh shit.
Did you lose it again?
Hold on. I gotta find where she sent it to me, and then I gotta there it is. Okay. Um, of course, my mom apparently is the first one that pops up here as a
Of
comment.
course, yes.
She said, "No other person on this earth I would rather be than him." Aw, love you,
Oh,
love you, Joe, my stepdad.
oh,
Um,
oh,
Daddy
stop.
Joe,
Oh,
Papa Joe.
Papa Man Man.
Um, uh, another person said, "Me, myself, and I am single."
Is that a
Yeah,
okay? Okay, but I need the sex of the person saying it, or what does it look like,
it's a guy.
it's a guy. Got it.
Yeah. Another guy said, "For sure, we've got plans."
Oh, see?
Oh, that
Yeah,
he'd stay in the
he's
relationship.
staying. He's
Okay.
staying. We got plans.
Yeah, he's staying.
Oh, show.
I'm guessing this is a man.
I know it's really hard in current year.
Yeah. Well, his profile pictures. Okay, yeah, he's a man. Another man. Of course, she's the only person I want to travel the world with.
Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
Um. Oh, another man. Of course, it only means that I hit the jackpot twice in life. Oh.
That's cute. You know what? They must be
Oh.
screenshotting this to their ladies just so they can get some,
Right?
yeah, some brownie
Look what I
points.
said, babe.
Look,
It's
look,
on
look,
the
look what
internet.
I said.
It's
Can I touch you tonight? What? You still have a
yeah.
headache? Okay.
If it's on Facebook, it's real. Yay.
Yay.
Another man. We're attached at the wrist.
Handcuffed.
I
They're
was
handcuffed.
I went dark, but that's fine.
What?
Well, like, they say
It's like
till
ball and chain, handcuffed
well,
together.
because they say till death to do you apart. But if you're at the wrist, then whatever. I went dark. Never
God
mind.
damn. Damn.
Like if I move, we're both dying.
Jesus.
Second woman comment because my mom was the first one. Um, oh, I'm not in one, so it's all mine.
Okay. That
Uh,
sounds a little bitter.
I don't know.
And
Is
why
this person
comment? Why comment if you're not in a relationship? That's the whole point. I don't comment on things that don't apply to my present circumstance, but whatever.
right? Oh, this is another man. His tag is not in English. I'm so totally going back to my ex. That was funny.
That is funny, but why would you need money for that? That's what I'm trying to say. Unless she was like a gold digger and super fine, and you knew money would have kept her.
Yeah.
But then why would you want to do
Um,
that? Well, then again, if she's really that hot, who knows?
this is another female. I'm staying with who I am right now, which is my dog. Okay. Another woman. I'm single, but I'd make sure my son had everything he wanted, and I definitely blessed people that walked beside me on my journey. They stayed with me when they could have just walked away.
All right. All right. That's still not the point. Like these comments suck.
Yeah. Another man said, if I got 75 mil, I'd stayed. We'd just buy our land back an acre at a time.
Is this like a reparations kind of thing? Like a black man kind of thing? Like what are you talking about?
I
And
don't
why
know what's going on.
75?
Oh God. I guess he's giving the other half to his wife. I don't know.
These comments suck.
Yeah, they're not there was just that one that was funny.
Yeah.
This one's stupid. Another man, yes, my cats and I will be solid. Okay. Another woman, yes. Okay.
Just yes?
Yeah, just yes.
That's the best response a woman has put on this thread so far. Well, no, that's not true. Your mom's was better. But people
Um,
that we don't know,
Another
randos.
woman, no, I wouldn't stay, but I'd give him half the money since he's such a good father to our son. We're blessed to have him.
That's that's amicable. I respect that response
Right,
because there is a difference, and I always said it, there's a difference between your relationship and then your relationship with the kids, kind of a
right.
thing. So you guys maybe like, but it has nothing to do with the person's ability to be a father, you know. So it kind of like us, you, me, and even Joe's kind of in that situation where our relationships with those women are toxic and disgusting, but in no way does it inform the kind of fathers that we've been to our children in any way, shape, or form. So yeah,
Correct. This one makes
of
me
course,
want to
when Joe's
gag.
not abandoning his, so
This one makes me want to gag. Single
gag.
man. Yeah, single man. Of course, my relationship is with the Lord.
Block that person. I want you to block that. I want you to just block that person. Block them. I'll give you one more before we wrap up because this is not as fun anymore.
No, and I'm like scrolling as I can find.
If you have to scroll forever, then this is clearly not the fun one.
Yeah, this is not.
Well, man, we appreciate you, but this is a fail.
Yeah, this one.
Comments wise, it's a fail.
Yeah, comments suck. There was only just that one,
Yeah,
the highlight of the whole thing, which was what was it? Oh yeah, no.
Joe Mama.
Well, no, I mean like
Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't
No,
remember which
dead
one it
air.
was.
Nope, no dead air.
I'm sorry. I
This
was just
this
reading.
sorry, this special is collapsing under the weight of its nothing. So let's house of
Yeah.
cards. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, uh-huh.
I want to make it
Yeah.
very clear that the unofficial Man specials were way better than the official one. This is kind of a shame. Like the other ones that just happened to be, those were fun and great. This one, the official Chronicles beginning, I think we got to do a we got to do a
Well,
do-over.
again, the majority of the men basically said I'd split it with my wife or I'd keep it with my wife, or if they
Right,
were single,
right.
whatever animal that they have.
Which is odd to
Um,
say, but okay.
right. The women, on the other hand, from what I saw here, pretty much said the same thing, but I want to say this is an older crowd anyway.
Yeah.
I don't see any of these being the younger crowd. See this one, a guy said I'm retiring immediately and traveling.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, this
Final.
one
Yeah,
womp
sorry
womp.
guys. Sorry guys. Womp womp. You know,
I thought it,
not all the episodes that we do are gonna be hits, okay? They're not gonna be slamming. Sometimes you're gonna get these duds. Okay? So just accept it and Hope that
Tell
the
us how
next.
you feel,
Tell us how
or
you
tell us,
feel.
yeah,
Yes.
give us some comments. Let us know what you would do if you won $150. Would you stay?
$150
Would I stay
million
or would
dollars.
I go?
Right. And again, even if you, but if you're single, don't just say, well, I'm single, I keep it. No, then I need you to like go a little deeper, maybe use your imagination
Yeah, and be
and
like,
just like
if I was with that
think,
one girl that,
yeah, that one girl, or think
that
about,
broke my heart
yeah, or think about
before
it,
she broke my
or
heart.
like I did, think about the totality of your dating experience and think of the kind of man you probably would end up being and being with, or woman you'd end up being with, and then tell us, would you have stayed or would you have gone? Um, Not everybody's like a friggin' sum up of negative experiences. And not all my exes were necessarily negative themselves. It's just some of them were undesirable. It's just I just know that I'd probably be with somebody less than stellar, and I'd dip out probably.
God, a
Uh,
majority of these comments are like, I'm divorced, I'm single, I'm divorced, I'm single, I'm divorced, I'm single.
yep. Well, because
That's
that's you know the statistics now. 51% or 52% of marriages fail.
uh-huh.
72% of them of lesbian relationships fail. Something about I don't know, something about is it 72? Something some percentage of those are all initiated by women. I forget. So we know, of course. That's it.
And then all the women, of course, I love them. Of course, yes, of course, of course.
Of
Me,
course, why not?
myself,
Of
and
course, why
I.
not? So final thoughts on winning the lottery and sticking with your significant other or running for the hills.
Um, love
Damn, that's a good.
love sucks. So
Love sucks.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
I don't have
Actually, it's Love Stinks from that movie, but whatever.
yeah, it does stink. It's smelly.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine as long as as long as you don't take it too seriously.
I am happy for whoever decides to go that route in their life. It's just not for me. It's not. It's not gonna happen, and I'm fine with that.
But you're so lovable and you
It's
should be with
great.
somebody.
Love me from afar.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, for me, yeah, I'll dip out probably, knowing my luck because I have a horrible taste in women. But I wouldn't need the lotto to run. I'd probably dip out as soon as I felt like I wasn't in it anymore because and I'm not fickle, guys. I used to love hard. I used to, but I'm not jaded. But now I've learned enough in my experiences that I won't just make it work for the sake of making it work. I'm not gonna say, okay, damn, your hair is not did today, I'm done. No, but if there's enough then I'll be like, yeah, all right. And usually, not usually, I would have communicated it beforehand. So you would have known what my gripes were before things ended. I don't know how much longer before things ended you'd have known it, but it definitely wouldn't have been the day of. It would have been, a few weeks, maybe a few months. I'll give it some time to stew. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't need lottery to dip out. I would need lottery to leave this, the country, sure. But yeah, I probably wouldn't stay. Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would probably date a man and see where it goes. Huh?
I like that idea. I like that idea.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend?
Work.
And that is it for the Last of the Nice Guys podcast, the first and regrettably, regrettably Madman, Mama Madman Chronicles lottery special. As we continue to delay our 100th episode until we can figure out how to do the 100th episode, which should be a fun 100th episode because it's gonna be the 100th episode. Thank you
Love
for your
hurts.
time.
Yes.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.